They've got to get real close in before these bottom guards are getting their shots off. To be fair, we have just taken them out pretty quickly. Welcome back to episode 5 of the BloodPack, you beautiful people. So we are now still on that same map tile. Rice harvest is coming in. Some of them are on like 96%, 98 right there. So we are going to have a nice big rice harvest. We're going to be able to process that all into the pemmican and then get ready to make a move. We do have some slavers coming in from the White Hand. We did go over them, but unfortunately they have no Krogan. So we still have one spot free because Drax last episode got the boot. So he's actually just gone and brained himself. Chemical damage, part efficiency minus 50%. So Krogan aren't the smartest creatures to start with, and now he's actually damaged his brain. So I think our best bet is we're just going to strip Drax and then we're going to sell him into slavery because he kind of sucked. And then if we go over these Krogan, well, these are Vulture. If we go over these, trigger happy, good hygiene, efficient, jogger, hard worker, and chemical fascination. He's actually a bit of a beast. We might go and take him actually. Undergrounder and greedy, not too interested. Gross is a body purist, so that is a straight away a no from me. I think we might get him and just take chemical fascination off as soon as we can. Yeah, that is something that we are going to do. Capture. So towards the end of last episode, we did have some human traders coming in, and they decided to go have a fight with the Krogan. So there's 2 Krogan dead, pretty much a close combat, who managed to tank at least 4 bears. I think it was more than 4 bears because we have been butchering some over here. If I can find where the bear lever is. Oh no, there's one there. So yeah, 2 Krogan in hand-to-hand combat took on 5 bears. It didn't quite happen that way, but it's close enough. Yeah, Krogan leather sells for 3 silver a pop, so it is worthwhile getting. Our donkeys are still in good health. These guys didn't have anything, and these guys over here didn't have anything either, which is a bit of a shame. That being said, what we could do is let's go call a slaver ship and see if we can pick up an extra Krogan, because that is what we're after. We want to have at least 3 Krogan. These are going to be the brains behind the operation and the majority of the muscle, and then the Vulture are just going to be the expendable foot soldiers that are just doing all the menial tasks. So the Krogan are going to have like really big bedrooms and have all the stuff that they want, whereas the Vulture are all just basically going to live in one big barracks on top of one another. Okay, so that is the Vulture we just brought in. Let's see what they got here. Okay, so they got 2 Krogans. Let's see the first one. Trigger happy, hard worker, ravenous, psychopath, and neurotic, and an intellect. That is cool. We might actually get him. That's really, really good. The reason we're going to get him is because if you play Mass Effect 2, you know there's that like crazy Krogan scientist that tries to create Grunt? Yeah, I think that's what we're going to try to do. When we create our little secret lab to make a massive Vulture army, we're also going to try to use the Altered Carbon mods to try to make the ultimate Krogan as well. I think that could be pretty good fun. And then we got another version of Drax right here. He's a misandrist, sleever, and frail. I don't think a frail Krogan should ever be a thing. They would have been killed when they were little. So we're going to pick this one here up. As for supplies, we can give them 13 components. We're going to keep temperature intolerant for the moment, see if we can use it on something. And yeah, that's about it. So we now have an extra Krogan, which is kind of cool. And you are going to be over here with me because if I'm not mistaken, yep, all of Drax's kit's here. So you are going to force wear the Spectre armor, force wear the backpack. You're also going to force wear the helmet. You can have that. And pick up the smoke pop belt whilst you're at it. We are just getting the rice harvest in at the moment, but we just had the Krogan castaways come in with another slave trader. And we have Oppa here, who is an impatient cook, which is fine. We're not going to have them on cooking. They're bionically dull, which is fine. But they're gifted. Teetotaler, yet again, not a thing. And kind isn't really an issue. But what they do have is a whole bunch of skills. Well, minor passions. So we are going to pick Oppa up. That's going to set us back a little bit. We're also going to sell off a bunch of the stuff that we're not using. We can keep hold of the human meat and these stuff because we now have the rice, so we can make some pemmican. And we are going to use them probably for crafting once we actually have a base sorted. But they are going to be a good addition. And then we also have the Butarians coming over. And let's see if they've got anything for us. I've been trying around with some colour schemes, but the issue is the N7 kit, even when you colour it, it doesn't come out the colour that you put it on. So that Spectre armour and the N7 helmet will both change to the same colour, but they don't come out that way. So if you look there, it's considerably darker, whereas on Grugon, the colours stay the same. So we just got to figure out how much lighter or darker we're going to need to colour it so that the helmets and the armours are going to match. Otherwise, they're going to look a little bit silly. But the Batarians do have some okay kit. So they've got a Spacer battle rifle, which is good quality. We'll pick that up, thank you very much. And a Alliance battle rifle of good quality as well, so we'll get that. And they also have an Alliance rifle normal quality and an Alliance sniper rifle. This is some pretty good stuff so far. Let's see if they got any armor, because that is something that we would quite like. A normal N7 helmet, not too interested because we do have an Alliance helmet there. And the Vulture don't seem too interested in these N7 helmets. Sometimes they'll wear them, sometimes they won't. So I think they're happy with the helmets that they've got. We will sacrifice a little bit of the meat just so we can pick up those 2 rifles. Firepower is something that we are desperately hitting for. So Oppa, why don't you come in and get the Spacer rifle? All of you guys should be fine. And then Agik, you can have the battle rifle. I'm pretty sure that is nearly everyone then, with some sort of kit. And Grigaz, you can have the pistol when we find it, mate. Vulture Raid has come in, and they're coming in fast. They're not even waiting, they're just literally got out their drop pods and are running straight at us. We're going to get everyone ready, and what we're going to do is we're just going to hide behind the Batarians. Hopefully the Vulture don't like them, so they'll go and fight them, catch a couple of them on fire. They've also got some kit, so hopefully they drop some stuff and then we can loot them. That'll be great, because if they try to flee this way, they're going to be fleeing into the Vulture depending on which way they go. And we've got even more of that silver. Nice. Don't mind if we do. So we're going to move back. Let those guys fight it out. If they fight. Okay, now we just got a big team battle. We accidentally hit them. Awesome. I think we can salvage this pretty well. Let's get an incinerate right there. That's going to be super annoying for them to deal with. We are not in a good place there. We're expecting to fight Vultures, not those guys. Okay, move back. Run and gun. We should be fine. They are going to go kill off all of our donkeys, unfortunately, it looks like. So there's one donkey foal. That is not what we want. What we can do, just because I care about the donkeys, not because I care about them as such, but just because we need them for the transport, we will make home zone 1 along here. Then we'll clear allowed zones down across this bit. So hopefully they all just pull back and come up towards us, and then they should be fine. As long as they start moving. And in the meantime, what we can do, actually click all the doors and say no to the allowed doors, then the donkeys can't get out. Unless they go in looking for them. Cool, so we're expecting a few losses here, not a massive amount. And let's go and take their alpacas out. If they're going to go after our animals, we're going to go after theirs. You guys move this way. I'm not quite sure what's happened here, but 30 mono swords have just been dropped. So if we can stop them from catching on fire, that would be great. I don't think the Krogans are going to come in and help us somehow, but let's just carry on chasing down their alpacas. Ugnaught, you're fast. Grugon, you're fast as well. So if we know they're going this way, let's just get in front of them. You guys are going to have to pull this way because we need to keep our animals alive as long as we can whilst we're killing theirs. And let's see what happens. Let's see if they drop anything else good as well. We should be able to take them down in mainly like one burst. Now, you don't have run and gun turned off, you're just not shooting for some reason. Any reason for that? Kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill them. Okay, well we'll get one there, that's fine, okay. How are we looking over here? Not great. You guys move back up this way. Yeah, we just... Oh no, all the mono swords are burning. Well, not all of them, but a few of them. Yeah, this isn't the best situation to be in. So after everything that we had worked for and everything that we'd got, a lot of it's getting undone very, very quickly. Thankfully, the Vulture are just being Vultures and just trying to steal everything and run away. We keep moving back, we keep shooting, we're going to be okay. What happened over here? Okay. A little bit of stuff, that's not too bad. We don't mind that. Okay, if the Vultures run into us, we can gun them down as they try to steal and run away. You guys keep moving back. Everyone else try to disengage. And tell you what, if we can just find that matey with the grenades and shoot him down, we should be pretty decent. There's only going to be a couple mono swords we're losing. We can deal with that. Actually, let's just make sure everyone else is safe. If they're coming this way now... not happy about it all burning, though. That's not good. Grenade boy is down. You guys... if you can disengage and so you can shoot in, that'll be fine. What are we looking like up here? Yeah, Joven, you're not having a good time there. And why do you have a shield belt on, you absolute weirdo? If you can't shoot through it, you don't wear it. Simple as that. That's a lot of firepower we just lost. Cool. This way, Urgnot's cool here. We're going to need to figure something out there, nice and pronto. Keep moving down. Who else has the flashbangs? Because they're still going off. And this Vulture don't seem to want to be retreating, which is kind of annoying. Okay, there's one down. Urgnot, you just stay there, mate. If you could hit, I'd appreciate that. Cool. Flame pop finally went off. And they're still trying to steal the mono swords. That's literally their only objective. The new Krogan, what's his name? Moradok. He's having a sad wander, you know, fair enough, mate. You do you. Safe along here, safe down there. Bellicor, how are you doing? 8 conditions. Olpa, you bleed out in 10. Grigas, you have 9 hours. Okay, we held. Let's open all the doors. Let's go finish off all of these Vulture because they've been super annoying, and then all of the Batarians. And we got 16 hours till the next raid comes in, so I think we literally just heal up and leave. We're not going to get any more points staying here now. We got plenty of rice. We got a whole bunch of weapons. We're going to be able to sell a bunch of stuff, get a whole bunch more money. Donkeys are now finally dying off from their injuries, but I don't think we lost too many. What we'll do is we'll put down some sleeping spots for the donkeys. So if they go to them, we can heal them up. Let's put them... yeah, they'll be fine like that. And we just sell the rest of the stuff, try to buy some more kit. And I think we go find a nice little secret mountain tile and start our Vulture research base. So having a little scout about, I think we have found the place that we're going to have the base. So it's going to be in arid shrubland, and we have a marble and granite. It's going to have growing period all year round. Temperatures don't get too hot, it doesn't get too cold, and it's mountainous as well. It does have caves, which is going to make it somewhat interesting, and average disease frequency is 0.9, so it's nothing too much to worry about. We did manage to call in a trader just before we got off, but now we are going to need to leave. I think we're going to make our way round and then back up to our little tile. We were just going through deciding what we're going to take and what we're going to leave on the map, and we just found this Promethean Mass Guardian Armor. So it's just a Guardian Armor from the Viking Vanilla Factions Extended, but it's made out of the Promethean kit. And it has some crazy armor values, 166%, basically immune to heat, good insulation, and the hit points on it are insane. But what we're interested in is it is worth 16,850. It weighs a fair amount, worked to make 9,500, which is insane, 44 beauty. So we are definitely going to sell that off with some of this other kit that's worth a decent amount. We'll leave the right armor, that's not worth its weight. Nor's Ravager will keep the nails, won't take the chitting. I think we're going to be better off just trying to move a little bit quicker at the moment. We'll manage to strip most of the map of all of the useful building materials. We'll take some of the backpacks that are actually going to be worth taking. And we're also able to take all of our food supplies. So we did have packaged survival meals from the Vulture sieges that came in. We got a bunch of rice. Now rice isn't great. We got some Krogan meat and we got a whole bunch of pemmican. Once we set in at that new base, getting food up and going as quickly as possible is going to be the main thing. I think that is where we will run into some difficulties if we run into it. We did have a few guys go down, so they did drop their weapons, so we are going to want to pick those up so they are not left behind. And now we begin the long old journey of trying to get up to here. Actually, that being said, why are we doing that? We should go here first, then we can obviously drop a bunch of stuff off, do all the trading that we need, and then we're going to be able to move around quicker. Having a little look round to see if there was a better map tile, I think we'll go for the Temperate Forest. It's only got a growing season of 40 of the 60 days of the year, but it has a decent temperature range. But it also puts us smack bang in a really, really good location. So surrounding us is basically flat ground, so we can move quite quickly. We also going to have access to a whole bunch of people to trade with, and we can carry on doing our raids against the Vulture to increase our ranks. So that Prothean Mass Guardian armor that we're looking at, that will sell for 11,465, which is going to sort us out quite nicely. We're selling off all of the other junk that we don't need as well, and this is going to give us a chance to pick up another N7 helmet, which we do not mind at all. Apply our shield belt, thank you very much. And so 2 sets of normal N7 armor. As for weapons from them, they haven't really got much. We're able to sell off a lot of the junk that we got, but I think we are gonna go and pick up 3 skill trainers in crafting. We'll get 1 more in plants. That will still net us 3,300. Oh, and we also need that psychic pacifier for the extra vulture we got. And everything else is being sold off. And I think that is going to put us in a pretty good situation to start our base. It's looking like the vulture might try to settle around us as well, because they have a settlers coming out just there. So we are going to have a lot of vulture coming at us fairly soon, which is fine. And it says that we're going to fall out with the vulture. We do not care about that. We are going to go and hunt lots and lots of vulture. So we have arrived at our new map tile now, and if we have a little look around, as you can see, absolute beast of a map tile. So we said we wanted a secret, like, mountain research base for our vulture and to make our new proto grunt. And yeah, if we have a little look, this thing looks beast. So we're going to have, obviously, all here is going to be like our outdoor secret area, and then we've already got like a proto kill zone going in, which is nice and cool. Got some bugs around, not a big issue there. We can come through, wipe those bugs out, and then yeah, this is looking super good. So we're just going to be able to pack this full of rice, and then I think we'll probably start going from here, tunneling down, and then all of this in here is going to be like the secret underground research lab. Then anything comes in, obviously they got to like come along here, go up there, and we'll have some like kill zones here. So the idea would be, so say if someone was like walking around, they would not know there's a secret base here. And yeah, I think that looks pretty awesome to me. That's actually insane. That is such a good map tile for what we were looking for. I'm not even mad about that. So let's get everyone on draft, and let's just tell them to run through. And then what we'll also need to do is we're going to need to start clearing some areas. So if we just chop all the wood around these parts, then I think we'll have a storeroom here for the moment. It's going to be well out of the way because this is going to be obviously the main entrance in and out. So what we do want to do is we want to keep this area clear, and then we can start bringing things into the mountain. Because what I normally find is if I start building around the entrance, then by the time it comes to move stuff in, I don't really know where I'm going to put everything. So if we just go like that, that's going to be our storeroom for the moment. So there's a stockpile zone here. That's a big old stockpile zone, and then we're going to be able to move that inside as the time comes. And then we're also going to need to set up a whole bunch of rice, because we got a lot of hungry mouths to feed. So we're just going to absolutely just blanket this area. Is this a bit overkill on the rice? Yes. Is that a problem? No. And then from there we're going to put in the hill root and the cotton, but we just want that done first. Everyone should be heading across now. We do have a bunch of, obviously, the donkeys in that. They aren't going to be too much use anymore. I think we'll keep maybe 7 or 8 of them just for the trading that we need to do at the start. But soon, actually, to be fair, we're on a forest biome, so we don't need to worry about the donkeys too much, because they're going to be able to feed themselves. It's just if they carry on breeding too much and then we get too many of the donkeys, then that might be a problem, but that is more for the game running than for us. So yeah, that already looks like it's going to be a mean kill zone. I'm not sure if we'd have a kill zone in here. It'll be a very small one. Yeah, I think we go and we bring it like back round like this and then down, then that'll be pretty cool. And do you know what bugs love? Bugs love incinerations. Sweet, Grugon, move back. You are tough, but there's no point face tanking that many insects by yourself. Wait until some others show up. Let Urgnot go in the front, he's got the best guns. Oppa, you go behind. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Trigger, you're on your way. We would need to line this with sandbags, otherwise this is going to be very easy for people to come in and start trying to cause us a lot of problems, because they're just going to be able to defend in here quite happily. Hive's ready on fire. Yeah, this is all pretty much done. Awesome. Okay, everyone off draft. And let's get everything onto haul urgently. And let's start setting up ourselves some sort of power grid. Oh, nice. We've got a geothermal down there. So we'll go power along here, and I'm going to be right back with you. You know you're scraping the bottom of the barrel when you have to go around the map and look for power conduits, so you can uninstall them, so you can reinstall them, so you can actually have some sort of power grid. So we've got a geothermal, but obviously no power lines, so we can't actually really connect it to anything. Figured with the solar power, what we can do is we just connect it to the batteries, we put a wall next to it, then we put a roof over this area. It will probably stop the solar being able to produce quite as much light, well, get as much solar power, but at least it will keep the batteries out of the rain, so we don't need to worry about them going off. We've already started on the rice harvest, so that's good. As for food, we still have about 2,000 rice right there, and we got a whole bunch of survival mods, so that's 148. So we're going to be able to start making our way through that pretty soon. And also, with all of these extra solar panels we got and all of these extra batteries, we're going to be able to start breaking them down fairly soon into components as and when we need them. And because we're not going to get any points for waiting around, because this is going to be a long old building progress, we are just going to start mining straight down. Actually, let's just put out some markers just so we know we're not going to mine too far. So this is as far down as we can go, and that's the corner there. Second corner, and then that's as far out as we're going to be able to go on both sides. Which means now we're going to have a line that we know we can't dig down past. Because that's one of my pet hates, is you start digging, you get a little bit carried away, and then you go past where you can build. And then all that happens is you end up just having all of these like weird shapes on the sides of your base. And it's not meant to be a mountain base, it's meant to be hidden. So we do that, that's done. All of this is going to start getting processed through nice and soon. And it looks like we got a few decent people that can actually do some planting, which is quite good. And we do have a bio supplier and a combat supplier. Are you landing? Nope, cool, it is just on the trader. So let's send Grugon over and let's see if we can't pick up any weapons. Because that would do us a lot of good. Well, not weapons, actually, we're more after armor now. We're doing alright on the weapons front. Everyone is somewhat geared up. We also need to set a little prison barracks so we can use a pacifier to take over our little slave wherever they've gone. Not sure where they are. We'll just need to keep an eye out. Actually, if we just go colonists and then prisoners. No, it looks like we lost them at some point. Oh, that is annoying. They were going to be really, really good. And we got a manhunter pack. Straight away. Let's see if they can find us. Well, of course they can. But let's try out our new kill zone. So what's up with Hess? Alcohol withdrawal. Okay. Grigas has been brained and he's got a lung missing. What's up with all of these vulture taking so many narcotics or stimulants or whatever you want to call them? Alright, fine. We'll figure this out. We'll get them sorted. And a nice time to try out our little kill box. Even though it's not, it's basically just a corridor that heads towards our guns. But it seems to be working alright. Got some grenade launchers going off. All of our weapons are firing. Yeah, it seems alright. I think with a little bit of work, that actually could be really quite dangerous. And it'll be like, not a conventional design either. And I like the idea of like trying something different than a standard style kill box. But that's all cool, that's all done. What we'll do is we'll put this into the home area, just so people don't let all of this burn down, because otherwise they're going to. Okay, off there, cool, put all of this down. We've got ourselves a little butcher spot set up. We are just going to keep an eye out for some more power conduits. So hopefully when this goes down, there's going to drop some power lines. There we go, cool. Because we need one more power line, because we are just one short over here. And with that we can finish that off. So we got the solar that does the batteries, then we didn't have enough power lines, so then we had to use the batteries to be able to connect up to the orbital trader so we could still trade. We've also got a research lab set up, so I wouldn't really call it much of a research lab, but it is something. It is a start for us. We're going to get a few of those in because Vulture do not go very quick. And as for the mining of the tunnel, this is the one thing Vulture are amazing at, is they are super good at mining, and so are the Krogan. So we can start moving through this bit. I think we're going to have this section here as like a grand entrance hall sort of setup. And I think that's going to look super smart. And then off here, we're going to have the Vulture Barracks right at the start. And then we're going to go a little bit further down, and hidden in the back is going to be the actual proper research lab. And then I think we have like a cloning lab over here. Then coming off here, we'll probably have like the Krogan rooms. And they're going to be like really big, grand rooms. Because they're Krogan, and they've got a massive slave labour force of the Vulture, so they can basically do what they want. And a faulty electrical conduit has started a short circuit. Of course it has. Okay, what we need to do is deconstruct this as soon as we can. Anyone? There we go, cool. Regas, can you get that done? Stop the temperature in here getting too high. Okay, so we lost the orbital trader. Okay, and not sure if that power line's been put in. That is a bit of a setback, not going to lie. Not the end of the world, we will survive. We're just going to have to get that research, which is going to be a little ways away. 6,000 on that. But that's cool, we will deal with that as it comes up. But thankfully we've got a spare battery, I think, somewhere. Yep, that we can put in there to bridge the gap, so we're still going to have power. And we'll have Moiradoc, who is going to be our mad scientist. He's going to be set to #1 on research. So he's going to go in there and hopefully get a bunch of research done. And then as and when we find other people that can do research, we'll put them in. Moiradoc thinks you should give this local settlement a name. What should a local settlement be called? Not a real place. Anyone asks? It's not a real place. Simple. That is about the level of Krogan and Vulture cunning right there. Proper little bit of misdirection. And as for how the base is coming on, nothing too much has changed here other than we've had to put in an airlock. Can we build stalls though is a question. Yes we can. Okay, we'll put a stall here and here. And we can also put tables in. We're still doing the research there. We haven't actually researched anything. We've got a dumping stockpile up here. And the rice is coming along even though the donkeys keep eating it. But that is not a problem. We're going to keep growing up the donkeys, and then we'll cull the donkeys back, and then we'll grow them up, and then we'll cull them back. So that's going to be fine. The tunneling's going pretty well. Here we are just digging out the Vulture barracks. It is going to be a big old barracks. It's 10 by 20, and that should be able to house all of them. Will they get mood debuffs from being in it? Yes. Do I care? No, because they're Vulture. So they're going to have all of them just crammed into one room. Even that's going to be fairly spacious. And then as we get to it, the Krogan are then going to have their own like little mini palaces. Well, Grugon is because he's the leader, and then Urgnot and Moiradoc are going to have smaller rooms. Still decent rooms, but smaller. And that is Krogan hierarchy for you. Just realised we had a fire phone popper. If we had just put that down right at the start, we wouldn't have lost our comms console, which is a little bit annoying. Not the end of the world. Thankfully, the Architect arm stayed in place, which is good. And we still have a bunch more solar, so if we need to scale it up, we can. We managed to scavenge enough power conduits to be able to get the geothermal. It's not connected to anything, but it has pipes coming off it now, which is a good start for us. And this is proper just trying to find everything that we can and loot it. So actually, let's go claim all of these and then uninstall them. And then we might actually have some sort of a power grid. And we will deconstruct these because we do not need them at all. And we're going to need to start getting to some hunting, because what we did find earlier, which is going to be super useful for us, is a wooden electric tailor bench. So all of those war crime clothing that we've been talking about, we can get that done. We're also going to need to put the TV in at some point, so I think the Vulture might get their own little rec room coming off their base. Well, off their barracks, so they can be in there and they can do all of their stuff by themselves. And then the Krogans will have their own actual nice one. Just a thought. This is a nice little haul we found. We found a vital monitor, which will be quite useful for us. We'll allow that. Steel dresser, not too great. A second vital monitor, we'll get that. And then 2 hospital beds, 3 hospital beds. Yeah, cool. That should keep us tied over until we can actually research anything. And then having a look around, there's not too much else about, thankfully. Or unthankfully. Or unfortunately. Probably unfortunately. We got a couple Korean traders coming in, and who else? Some wine merchants. I don't think they're going to be too much help to us. The first rice harvest has come in, which is pretty good, and then we've also got a raid coming in from the Legacy, who are the Drell. Okay, not a crazy amount of them, and looks like they're going to drop us some decent armor. Unfortunately, they got flamers and grenade launchers, which are going to be actually insanely effective against our kill zone, as it is just made of wood. So we'll get everyone into position, and then as they come around we can see how well this works. I think this is going to be a catch point here until that gets blasted apart, which I think it should get blown apart pretty quickly. And who are you guys? It looks like they're still just from that Quarian group that was in. And then just come and gone, and now just come back. See, if they managed to like sneak in and then it was like, traitor, and then they turned against us, I would rate that. That'd be such a good thing. There'd be a lot of rage quitting, I imagine, from a few people if that was actually something that could happen. But yeah, I'm not too bothered by the drill. That, like I said, it's just going to be a whole bunch of love, a whole bunch of meat, and we are running low on meat at the moment. We've only got, well, like 64 right there. So this is going to be good for us. We've finally got this cold enough, and that airlock made a massive difference. Alright, let's try the kill box out. I think it's more that we're just not killing anything. It's more of an issue at the moment. And I think this bomb section needs to go round a bit because we don't have a very good line of fire on them. They've got to get real close in before these bottom guards are getting their shots off. To be fair, we have just taken them out pretty quickly. That's almost all of them done. Okay, you guys, you're going to chase down to here. And once they are moving that way, you guys come off and then sort these fires up, because we want to make sure that we can keep as much of this stuff as we can, because this is going to be super useful for us because we are low on supplies. But I think with that, that's a very good place to wrap up the episode. So thank you very much for watching the BloodPack. I'll be Konzi, and I look forward to catching you on the next one.